Hello everyone and welcome to Educate 247. This is the sixth lecture in the series on management and today we'll be covering MCQs related to organizing. This series is important for RBI Grade B as well as SEBI Grade A 2020 examination. Now before moving forward, Educate 247 brings you SEBI Grade A 2020 crash course which features around 5000 plus MCQs with concise content and live doubt sessions to help you clear any doubts. So you can log on to the website and apply coupon code SEBI to get 1500 rupees off on the course. Now prior to moving forward, let us understand more about organizing. Organizing is a function of management which follows planning. It is a function in which the synchronization and combination of human, physical, and financial resources take place. All the three resources are important to get results. Therefore, organizational function helps in the achievement of results, which in fact is important for the functioning of a concern. According to Chester Bernard, organizing is a function by which the concern is able to define the role positions, the jobs related, and the coordination between authority and responsibility. Hence, a manager always has to organize in order to get results. As an organizational structure represents a network of relationships in which the work is divided in units and departments. This division of work is helpful in bringing specialization in various activities of the concerns. Organizational structure helps in putting right men on the right job, which can be done by selecting people from various departments according to their qualifications, skills, and experience. This helps in defining the jobs properly, which clarifies the role of every person. Organizational structure helps in clarifying the role positions to every manager. It can be done by clarifying the powers to every manager and the way he has to exercise those powers so that the misuse of powers does not take place. Well-defined jobs and responsibilities attached helps in bringing efficiency into managers' working. This helps in increasing productivity. Organization is a means of creating coordination among different departments of the enterprise. It creates clear-cut relationships among positions and ensures mutual cooperation among the individuals. Harmony of work is brought by higher-level managers exercising their authority over interconnected activities of low-level managers. The organization structure is helpful in defining the job's positions. The roles to be performed by different managers are clarified. Specialization is achieved via division of work, and it all leads to efficient and effective administration. An organizational structure clarifies the job positions. The role assigned to every manager becomes clear. Therefore, the clarity of power helps automatically increasing the mental satisfaction and provides a sense of security in a concern. This is very important for job satisfaction. Coming to the MCQs, organizing is a process by which the manager A. establishes order out of chaos, B. removes conflict among the people over work, C. creates an environment suitable for teamwork, or D. all of the above. So the correct answer here is D, that is all of the above. Organizing involves assigning tasks, grouping them into departments, delegating authority, and allocation of resources across the organization. So if we look at each of them, the process starts with the identification of tasks or activities. All the activities which have to be performed in a concern need to be identified first. For example, preparation of accounts, making of sales, keeping of records, or quality control. All these activities need to be grouped into units. Secondly, departmentally organizing the activities. In this step, the manager tries to combine and group similar and related activities into units and departments. This organization of dividing the whole concern into independent units and departments is known as departmentation. The next step is classifying the authority. Once the departments are made, the manager likes to classify the powers and its extent to the managers. This activity of giving a rank in order to the managerial positions is known as a hierarchy. The top management is into formulation of policies. The middle level management is into departmental supervision, while the lower level management is into supervision of the foreman. The clarification of authority helps in bringing efficiency in the running of a concern. It helps in achieving efficiency and avoiding the wastage of time, money, and effort. Coming to the coordination between authority and responsibility, as the relationships among various groups need to be smooth, Towards the achievement of organizational goals, each individual is made aware of his authority and he or she knows whom they have to take orders from and to whom they are accountable. A clear organization structure is drawn and all the employees are made aware of it. Moving on to the next question. Dash is defined as the framework within which managerial and operating tasks are performed. A. Span of management. B. Organizational structure. C. Informal organization. Or D. None of the above. So the correct answer here is B, that is organizational structure. An organizational structure is defined as a system within an organization. It identifies each job, its functions, and where it reports to within the organization. A structure is then developed to establish how the organization operates to execute its goals. There are many types of organizational structures. There is the more traditional functional structure, the divisional structure, the matrix structure, and the flat hierarchy structure. Each organizational structure comes with different advantages and disadvantages and may only work for companies or organizations in certain situations or at certain points in the life cycle. Coming to the functional type of organizational structure, it is based on an organization being divided into smaller groups with specific tasks or roles. For example, a company could have a group working in information technology while another in marketing and another in finance. Each department has a manager or a director who answers to an executive level up in the hierarchy who may oversee multiple departments. One such example is a director of marketing who supervises the marketing department and answers to a vice president who is in charge of the marketing, finance, and IT divisions. An advantage of this structure is that the employees are grouped by skill set and function, allowing them to focus their collective energies on executing their roles as a department. One of the challenges this structure presents is a lack of interdepartmental communication, with most issues and discussions taking place at the managerial level among individual departments. For example, one department working on a project may have different expectations or details for its specific job, which could lead to issues down the road. Moving to the divisional type of structure, larger companies that operate across several horizontal objectives sometimes use a divisional organization structure. This structure allows for much more autonomy among groups within the organization. One such example of this is a company like General Electric. GE has many different divisions including aviation, transportation, digital, and renewable energy. Under this structure, each division essentially operates as its own company, controlling its resources and how much money it spends on certain projects or aspects of the division. This type of structure offers greater flexibility to a large company with many divisions, allowing each one to operate as its own company with one or two people reporting to the company's chief executive. However, a downside to this organizational structure is that by focusing on divisions, employees working in the same function in different divisions may be unable to communicate well between divisions. This structure also raises issues with accounting practices and may have tax implications. Moving on to the matrix type of structure, it is a hybrid organizational structure and a blend of functional and the projected organizational structure. In the matrix structure, employees may report to two or more bosses depending on the situation or project. For example, under normal functional circumstances, an engineer at a large engineering firm could work for one boss, but a new project may arise where that engineer's expertise is needed. For the duration of that project, the employee would also report to that project's manager as well as his or her boss for all other daily tasks. The matrix structure is challenging because it can be tough to report to multiple bosses and knowing what to communicate to them. An advantage of this structure is that employees can share their knowledge across different functional divisions, allowing for better communication and understanding of each function's role. And by working across functions, employees can broaden their skill set. On the other hand, reporting to multiple managers may add confusion and conflict between managers over what should be reported. Coming to the flat hierarchy structure, blending a functional structure and a flat structure results in a flat hierarchy organizational structure, which allows for more decision making among the levels of an organization and overall flattens out the vertical appearance of a hierarchy. The best example of this structure within a company is if the organization has an internal incubator on innovation program. Within this system, the company can operate in an existing structure, but employees at any level are encouraged to suggest ideas and run with them, potentially creating new flat teams. Google, Adobe, LinkedIn, and many other companies have internal incubators where employees are encouraged to be creative and innovative in order to promote the company's overall growth. The benefit of this system is that it allows for more innovation company wide, as well as results in the elimination of red tapeism that could stall innovation in a functional structure. Moving on to the next question. Identify the type of organizational structure which makes training of employees easier, as the focus is only on a limited range of skills, and the options are A. Network structure, B. Divisional structure, C. Functional structure, or D. Matrix structure. So the correct answer here is C, that is the functional structure. Functional organization has been divided to put the specialists in the top position throughout the enterprise. This is an organization in which we can define as a system in which functional departments are created to deal with problems at various business levels. Functional authority remains confined to functional guidance of different departments. It helps in maintaining quality and uniformity of performance of different functions throughout the enterprise. The concept of a functional organization was suggested by F.W. Taylor, who recommended the appointment of specialists at important positions. For example, the functional head and marketing director directs the subordinates throughout the organization in his particular area. This means that subordinates receive orders from several specialists. The merits of functional organization includes that better division of labor takes place, which results in specialization of function and its benefits. Management control is simplified as the mental functions are separated from manual functions. Checks and balances keep the authority within certain limits. Specialists may be asked to judge the performance of various sections. It also results in greater efficiency because every function is performing a limited number of functions. While the demerits can include that it can be quite complicated to be put into operation, especially when it is carried out at low levels. Therefore, coordination becomes difficult. Disciplinary control becomes weak as a worker is commanded not by one person but by a large number of people, and there is no unity of command. Moving on to the next question. Anil has joined as a creative head in an entertainment company. He always ensures that the work has been divided into small and manageable activities, and also the activities of similar nature are grouped together. Identify the related steps in the organizing process which has been mentioned in the above lines. A. Identification and division of work. B. Departmentalization. C. The assignment of duties. Or D. Establishing of reporting relationships. So the correct answer here is B, that is departmentalization. The departmentalization refers to the process of grouping activities into different departments. In this way, the entire organization is divided into parts or departments which comprise of a group of employees who carry out activities of similar nature. It determines the functions and activities which are to be housed together and coordinated at the same place. Further, it groups the personnel who will undertake the delegated functions and tasks. In a corporate ladder, every level below the top is departmentalized, and each subsequent level is further differentiated into departments. The top level executives group activities in various departments such as production, marketing, finance, and human resources. These departments are headed by senior executives, which are called as managers. The departmental managers can delegate tasks and duties to the subordinates, and they are accountable to the chief executive for the performance of the department. The objective of departmentalization include specialization of activities, maintenance of control, and simplification of the process and operations of the organization. Moving on to the next question. Identify the correct sequence of steps to be followed in an organizing process. A. Departmentalization, establishing reporting relationships, the assignment of duties, and the identification and division of work. B. Identification and division of work, departmentalization, assignment of duties, and establishing reporting relationships. C. Identification and division of work, the assignment of duties, departmentalization, and establishing reporting relationships. Or D. Identification and division of work, establishing reporting relationships, departmentalization, and assignment of duties. So the correct answer here is B, that is identification and division of work, then departmentalization, followed by assignment of duties and establishing of reporting relationships. So we'll look at them one by one. Coming to identification of activities, organizing as a function begins with identifying all the activities that are planned for a business, and it is based on the mission, goals, and objectives. The process then involves division of labor, which divides the work process into a certain number of tasks, with each task being performed separately by the employees or a group of employees. For example, banking activities in a bank include managing accounts, providing loans, managing foreign currency, and customer queries. These activities are divided into smaller tasks or jobs performed among tellers, loan officers, and customer care representatives. Individuals with relevant qualifications and expertise are allotted across each of these divided activities, making tellers, loan officers, customer care representatives as specified jobs. The next step is the grouping of activities, or departmentalization. The jobs identified from the previous step are further grouped together and put into separate departments. These departments can either be functional or divisional, wherein functional departments are related to common functions grouped into one department, or divisional departments, which are created for businesses on the basis of either type of products or geographical location. Coming to the assignment of duties, subsequent to containing all activities into specialized departments, employees working in these departments are assigned with only one job in that department which suits their skills, qualifications, and capabilities. Employees are assigned and granted with duties and responsibilities through a document which is known as a job description, which clarifies the responsibilities. And moving on to the establishing of reporting relationships, this is the final step involved in the establishment of authority that creates a chain of command. This implies that employees will have to report to an authority like the top management or superiors who manage, guide, supervise, and oversee the work and responsibilities of their subordinates reporting to them. So that's it for this video, but prior to ending it, I'd like to tell you that Educate 247 brings you a comprehensive Grade B course for RBI 2020. The subjects covered in this course include economic and social issues, finance and management, along with comprehensive coverage of current affairs in the form of MCQs. So you can log on to the website to avail the benefits of the full video course. Thank you and happy learning.